Well, hey guys, Jonathan Doyle with you once again. Thanks so much for stopping by to check out the daily message, the daily video. So good to have you in the comfort and pleasure of Karen's studio. I'm going to have to get my own studio because it's lovely. It's just very nice. I mean, I'm nice, I think, kind of, in my own way. But anyway, welcome aboard. So glad you could be here. Please hit that subscribe button and hit the notification bell. It makes a big difference. The channel is growing. More people are checking in each day, so thank you for your support and encouragement. Please feel free to leave something in the comments. If I say something today that you really like or that you think is crazy talk, leave something in the comments. And what else? Go and check out the description here. I want you to go and grab free access to my book, Bridging the Gap, free. It's in the link here in the show notes. You can book me to speak. You can find the podcast version, so go do that. And I hope you got to check out yesterday's video where I answered a whole bunch of viewer questions, which I thought were really good. So, I hope what I said was good, but I thought the questions that they asked me were really good. So go check that out. Today, my friends, what's happening? Another crazy day. I've done 200k on the bike over the last 48 hours, and I was back up the hills today with the heavy pack. So I'm going to cut to a video of that now so you know that it's actually happening. Let's check today's training video. Hey everybody, 200k's on the bike in the last 2 days. Back on the ruck today, straight up the hill, a couple of big ones still to go. My cameraman here is freaking out because we have a terrifying prehistoric beast trying to attack us, but we're hanging in there. If you haven't seen yesterday's video, we covered off on relationship trust issues, toxic people in the workplace, and how to deal with guilt. It's a really good episode, so I hope you can go back and check that. But for now, I've got a mountain still to go. We all have mountains in our lives of different forms. I hope you're climbing yours. So I hope you are moving. You do not have to be up hills, but man, I'm just amazed at the adaptive capacity of the body. That even at my age, as you get fitter, you can just keep going and keep going and keep going. I hope you had a chance to check out Cameron Haynes' book, Endure. I did some episodes on that about a week ago. I'm still getting through the end of that book. I thought it's really good, so go check that out. If I remember, I'm going to put that in the show notes. What now? We need to talk about today's quote. I've gone back to one of my favorites, to Benjamin Franklin, one of the founding fathers of the United States. And it's a really great quote. He's a fascinating figure of history. He was just the most driven guy. He had so much capacity and energy and focus, like just a guy that wasted nothing. One of those people that you get to the end of the life and you just kind of go, yep, that was, I did that really well. So friends, let's do it. Let's jump in today's quote from Benjamin Franklin. How do you become better tomorrow? By improving yourself, the world is made better. Be not afraid of growing too slowly. Be afraid of standing still. Forget your mistakes, but remember what they taught you. So how do you become better tomorrow? By becoming better today. There is about 3 great themes in this that I'm going to try and remember without looking at my notes on the screen, which would be awkward. But the first part is the clear link he makes between changing the world by changing yourself. Personal rant, I think there is a big obsession at the moment with I stand with the latest thing and the kind of virtue signaling that comes from being for or against whatever the latest thing is. I don't mean to be cynical. I know many people care deeply about the planet and different issues that are taking place, but I'm also convinced that most of us are not going to be strutting the global stage. I think that what we can do is change ourselves. We can improve our own families, our own communities, our own relationships with ourselves, our friendships, and I do believe it radiates out. I mean, practically think about it. If everybody in the world was truly focused on their own development and becoming the most compassionate, committed, focused, caring person they could become, then we wouldn't have the problems we have in the world. Now, I get that that's not actually likely to happen, but the logic holds at least. So I think what Franklin's pointing us to here is you want to change the world, you start with you. If I want to change the world, I start by building the best marriage I can, by being the best parent I can. I mean, I adore my kids, and I put so much into them. It's not hard in some ways because they're great kids. But, I'm not here forever, right? And my kids are going to be here for another, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80 years, whatever, after I'm gone, and they will be then playing their part in the world. So how do I change the future? Well, through them, by loving them today, by mentoring them today, by teaching them today. So I really want us all to get this link back that what matters is not hashtag whatever on a social media feed, but what actually matters is the people that we're becoming today and the changes that we need to make in our own lives that will then ripple out into changing the world. Now, what else did he remind us? There were 3 things here. Yes, the next one. Do not be afraid of slow progress, he said, but be afraid of standing still, which kind of ties into the last thing he talks about, which, slow progress is fine. What's not fine is either being totally stationary in your life or going backwards. That's the stuff you got to be afraid of. So in terms of the slow progress thing, I shared in the podcast version. Podcast version is under here, and I go a bit deeper, a bit longer into it, so go check that out. When I was in Iceland, we went and checked out this glacier, and the scale of the thing's extraordinary. It's the first one I've ever been up really close to. And of course, you don't see this thing moving, right? Like, it looks stationary, but the movement is so incremental but phenomenally powerful. It's relentless. You don't see the movement, but what you do see is the results and the outcomes. And I think in a similar way, this is our lives, right? The movement can be slow. The movement of growth in our lives can be almost glacial. But that movement nonetheless can be very, very powerful over what? Over time, right? So the glacier doesn't go flying down the valley in 3 seconds. The glacier might take years, decades, even centuries to move all the way along a valley. But the movement is so powerful. So what does this mean for us? It means that what matters is that you are moving. What matters is that you are growing fractionally each day. One of the things I'm doing at the moment is I'm off heavy weights for a little while. I'm back doing more endurance running. And so I'm doing blocks of 100 push-ups throughout the day. So once I hit the 100 mark, I was like 101, 103, 106. So I just keep trying to add this tiny little improvement each day that just keeps the momentum going forward. Now, for you, it doesn't have to be physical. It could be, is there a way of speaking each day that if you just change that, if you just bit your tongue one time when somebody does something that triggers you and you grew a tiny bit in that moment, would that be worthwhile? Yes. If you just had picked an area of your life, pick something now. Think of something that needs to change, but maybe you're not changing it because it seems too daunting, too big. What's the effort? It'll never be different. But what Ben Franklin is teaching us is that what matters is just these tiny little incremental moments of growth. Don't underestimate them, friends. Like, again, with me doing the training that I'm doing, when I run 30 kilometers, do you think I ran 30 kilometers the first time I went out? For a while I was running a marathon a week. That didn't happen straight away. That happened because one day I walked for a kilometer, and then I ran 5, and then I ran 10. So please do not underestimate just getting started on something in your life, just that little movement of something, the phone call you need to make, the habit you need to start to go to work on, just little shifts, okay? That can be so powerful. We all think that life changes in these huge, big moments, but life really changes in these glacial moments of change. Now, the last thing Franklin said was, if you want to be better tomorrow, you do it by being better today. So this ties into this whole thing I've just talked about, the glacial stuff. If you want to be better tomorrow, in a month, in a year, then you go to work today. But you got to be conscious of this, right? You got to be mindful. You've got to be intent. Because I just think so many people are just responding to life, going through the motions, consuming so much content. They're numbing out. They're numbing out through news, through social media, through food, through fear, through all the things that are fed to us to kind of keep us compliant and obedient and dumb. And I don't mean that unkindly. I mean, it's a system. It's a global consumerist system that needs us to be compliant consumers and not people who are active, passionate, citizens. I said a few days ago that you look at all of the tension and the political tension going on in the United States, and I love the US. It's like my second home, and I know so many of you watching and listening are living in the US. But, George Washington had this crucial quote, the first US president said that the way that America had been designed, the Declaration of Independence, the Constitution, all of it was designed for a virtuous and a moral people. And he said that specifically. He said, this is a system that's been basically made for virtuous and moral people. Not perfect people, not faultless people, but people who are genuinely, in the arc of their lives, We're living within that broad Judeo-Christian humanist tradition where virtue and morality were actual things. And people would then self-regulate. They would self-manage. And then that would create a certain kind of civic life and public square and cultural life. So once those things start to fragment, then the architecture of the nation breaks down. I think we're seeing that right across the Western liberal project at the moment. What's the answer? I think what Ben Franklin's telling us is the answer. The answer is not more programs. The answer is not more money printing, higher taxes, bigger deficits. It's none of that. The answer is individual responsibility, individual decency, individual goodness, and all of us waking up on this journey of life and trying to contribute the best that we can. How do we contribute the best we can? By becoming the best we can. How do we do that? Well, as we've been talking about in this episode, we do it glacially. We do it incrementally. We do it with focus and courage and baby steps every single day. So my friend, get to work on something, okay? Let this video today be an encouragement to you, an inspiration to you, that you're going to pick something in your life and you're going to start taking steps, just even however small they need to be, but get started. All right, that's it. It's quite a rant from me today. God bless you, everybody. Please make sure you've subscribed. Hit those subscribe buttons. Go and check out the description notes here. Get free access to my book, Book Me to Speak. Get the podcast version. So go check out these notes now. Help yourself to whatever's there. And leave something in the comments. If you loved this, let me know. If you hated it, let me know. If you want me to do a particular episode on a topic just for you, let me know. And I shall make it happen. Your command is my wish. But for now, my name's Jonathan Doyle. This has been the Daily Message, and you and I, my friend, are going to be speaking again tomorrow.